What up?
I literally just finished my notes and I saw that you called me.
Okay.
How you doing?
Chilling.
So, yeah, man, can't wait to talk about this shit right here. This is your first time hearing this song albums, right?
Yep. I've heard of these people, but I never listened to them until today.
It's gonna be interesting. I got I got pulled over by a fucking cop today, man.
Oh boy.
Not because I was fixing my GPS. He said I was doing a little swerving on the road. So I just told him, nah, no, I'm not drunk or nothing like that. Sorry to bust your bubble.
DJ was good. Sam, Q, Ronnie, what up?
Yeah, that cop was so bad. I mean, he was alright, but still, I was like, nah, nigga, you ain't gonna catch me slipping
Fuck
today.
the police, man. Fuck them niggas.
Yeah, white motherfucker.
May the fourth. May the fourth be with y'all.
But I've been seeing that all fucking day today. Like,
That's J. Cole album coming out. We're gonna do a live album reaction on Regis channel
yeah, next
when that
week.
shit drop. When that shit drop. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, and like top. I'm definitely gonna keep a look at which Top Dog album is gonna come out midnight and shit because I don't know. Maybe depending on who it is, I might want to do a reaction to that too. But I'll see.
Yeah, depending on who it is, cause if it's Ab
Yeah,
Soul, I ain't doing that.
but I have my biggest bet's gonna be SZA or
You don't
Kendrick.
think it's Kendrick?
Maybe Kendrick's a second choice, but
You think it's SZA?
that's my main bet.
Okay.
Brutus, always mine. What's up with you? I mean, a new person. That's what's up. Yeah, that last night's chat was fun as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Fucking, they still talking about that shit.
Wow, if Jay and Nas do an album together, man, I don't know. That production better be fire. I don't know if I want to hear Hit Boy.
Yeah, he ain't on my list. Favorite Jay
Favorite
Z
Jay Z
protege?
corner.
Beanie Siegel.
Yep.
Bleak, you got Bleak over Beans?
I'm not mad about that.
I don't know about all that. The Beans, Bleak was okay, but I ain't a huge fan of him.
Remember the Young Guns?
Young Guns definitely. State Property, you know. Rel, who never dropped the album.
Okay. I'm gonna just find my webcam on, and then I'm gonna be in there.
Ruckus vs. Duck Down? Wow.
You said what?
I got Duck Down. Ruckus vs. Duck Down.
Duck Down. I mean, I like Ruckus, but after 2002, I'm good. Yeah, I left something in my car right back.
Do your thing. Gaddafi, yes. Out the Outlaws, man. Better rap group, Run DMC or NWA. I got Run DMC,
What I miss?
but I don't like all the albums though.
Better rap group, NWA. Oh, I got NWA.
Master Ace sitting on Chrome. That was a great album.
About to go on about 3 more minutes. You been finding any good CDs or albums lately?
Huh?
You been finding any good albums lately, or
What you mean?
out for the collection video later on this month?
Probably like one or two.
This weekend.
Boot Camp Click or Wu Tang Clan. Wu Tang, definitely.
Wu Tang, nigga. Wu Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. SWV Escape versus Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody's gonna be in their feelings Saturday. Singing weak. I wonder if Candy's gonna mention boys to men Saturday too.
Candace?
Candy,
Why would she mention them?
because she was saying how boys to men were disrespectful, and Wanye kind of threw some shade at her yesterday.
For what?
Because Candy did a song on one of the albums, like the latter album. I think it was called like Good Girl or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Wanye was all like, he can't deal with her attitude, and the only reason why she's an escape because they need bass or some shit like that.
Oh wow. Yeah, man.
That's y'all over dramatic singer.
And you're going up against one of the best groups of all time. So If Wanye say like, if Wanye feel like they overrated, then that's on him.
Hmm. Shit. I'm here for it. Fuck. It's about time someone talks to you about voice man and
Yeah.
shit.
But Boyz II Men supposed to have a verses also. People wanted that.
But voice man didn't want to do a versus.
Yeah, they wanted. Well, they were asking for Boyz II Men against Jodeci. You know that whole battle from the '90s, or Boyz II Men a New Edition. I would prefer New Edition because even though Michael Bivins discovered them, I think they could go toe to toe with New Edition. They sold more albums than New Edition, that's for sure. But I
Exactly.
I think they could go toe to toe with New Edition.
I would rather
Um,
see them against New Edition than Jodeci.
right. Slaughterhouse, yes, does. It was a dope album. 1993.
All right, I'm ready to start, bro. What's up, you too? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely Tuesday night? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me,
What up?
and we're gonna do a double review on Prince. First is The Family, and then we're gonna have the Joe Jones album, both self-titled. This one released in '85, this one released in '87, both out of print, both on Paisley Records. Um, Prince, he did a production for the majority. And this was also engineered by Claire Fisher. And the reason why I bring her name up because of the fact that if you guys love the string arrangements that Prince was doing around like the Around the World in a Day, Parade, and I would even throw in like Sign of the Times, Claire Fisher was definitely responsible for that. Like definitely did a thing with engineering. For the Family, this was produced by David Z, Prince, and Eric Leeds. The members of the Family, you have St. Paul, who was like the singer, Susanna Melvoin, who was Wendy's sister, and she was also dating Prince at that time. You had Miko Weaver, guitarist and stuff like that. Jelly Bean Johnson from the time. Eric Leeds, dope saxophonist. Definitely a name you should recognize. Definitely from the Prince years, like Around the World in a Day, all that shit. Alan Flowers and Jerome Benton. Everyone knows who
Why
Jerome.
is Jerome a part of this group? He don't even look like he fit in with this group.
I'm gonna explain to that. I'm gonna explain that. So is there a story about how you got into the Family, if anything,
I
or
don't know nothing about them. I've heard of these. I've only heard of these names because you brought it up like years ago on the podcast. So that's the only. That's like how I like heard of these names before. I never listened to a Jill Jones album till today, or the Family.
okay?
So I don't know shit about them. I just seen a picture with Jerome in this group. I'm like, why Jerome in this group when he should be with the Tom?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna explain all that because yeah. So I pretty much got into the Family because the song "Nothing Compares to You." That was a
Right.
song made famously by what's her name, Sinead O'Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert: I never liked that song. Never cared for the song. And I'm gonna be quite honest. I never knew that was a Prince cover until 2010, 2011,
Mm-hmm.
when I was
Now
really
that
getting.
I knew that at a young age because when she came out, that was a big song. She got banned from SNL,
Yeah,
and they back then they you knew like they just made it known that Prince produced it and all that. That was his song, so I knew that song.
right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's Sinead O'Connor. I never really cared for Sinead O'Connor
Right.
either.
Yeah.
Never really cared for the music, but that's another story for a
Dave,
different day.
David Z, I think that was Prince under like an alias, cause he
Yeah,
did
that
that a lot.
was.
Yeah, he did that a
Yeah,
lot.
this the Star Company. Everyone, y'all should know about that.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I got into the family just by. I didn't know about the group until around the time Prince died, because it's kind of crazy. There was like this list about the top Prince albums, and what was dope about this list was that not only they include like his albums, like of course the Purple Rain and the Sign of the Times and so on, but they include like the affiliate albums that he produced and stuff like that. And this album was like in the top 10. It was like number 4 and number 5. So I was just like, I have never heard of this guy. I mean, I've heard of course, I know who Susanna Melvoin is. I know who her, but I never heard who St. Paul was and shit like that. So I didn't really hear the album until like around the time Prince died, like maybe a month or two before he died and shit. And I'm gonna say my thoughts on that. That's all I'm gonna say. But the family, they were, believe it or not, they were a group that was almost never was supposed to happen. Because at that time, Prince was all about the time at that time. No pun intended. He was all about the time. So Morris Day, he left the band and shit like that. And so what ended up happening was the fact that Prince wanted to resurrect the time again, and he had Paul Peterson, aka St. Paul. And you know, St. Paul was like this preppy white guy. He looked like he could have been starring on Silver Spoons. Let's just be real. Like he looked like he was part of like one of them 80s sitcom, like that stereotypical hot throb, if that makes sense. And you know, Jesse Johnson, you know, he didn't want to like do the time without Morris Day, because let's be real, Morris was the group. Morris Jerome, he was the group, he was the face and shit like that. And so the time pretty much disbanded, and Prince focused all his energy on the family. Now, mind you, around this time too, he had was dating Susanna Melvoin, who was a twin sister to Wendy. And I was reading the Rise of Prince, 1958 to 1988, which I always mention, very dope book. And also I got a lot of my information from these albums from this book right here, The Man and His Music. This actually came out, I think, a little before or after he died, because they were writing a lot of books about Prince, like around the Purple Rain anniversary and stuff like that too, which I did read the one on Purple Rain. That one was pretty good too. But me, I like the book where they talk about the music, all the shit that he was doing. So what ended up happening was, like, Wendy didn't like the fact that Susanna was in the group, because she felt like she always shared everything with her sister. Yada yada. Y'all been through all that shit, you know. And so he pretty much wanted Susanna to be like the singer and shit like that. And what ended up happening was the fact that they invited members like Jerome, of course, Jelly Bean Johnson from the time, you know, just so they can have that little funk edge to it. And also around this time too, you also had Eric Leeds, who was Alan Leeds, which was Prince's tour manager's brother, doing like the saxophone and the flute. Eric Leeds, very dope saxophonist. Definitely, especially like around like the later albums from Prince in the 80s. And the bassist Alan Flowers, he was a bassist, and of course Miko Weaver, who, that's another name y'all should recognize for all my Prince heads and shit like that too. So yeah, man. So this whole album like was very jazzy. I want to say this album was like more on the vein of Around the World in a Day, because we know it was released the same year, and that album had Prince doing like a lot more artsy pop in a weird way, and like psychedelic pop and stuff like that. But this might be an unpopular opinion, but I've always felt like this album was like way more psychedelic than Around the World in a Day, because people want to say Around the World in a Day was a psychedelic or neo-psychedelic album, which I'm cool with it, but this one right here was on some other trippy shit. So the album cover, you got Susanna and Paul, just chilling and shit
Oh, she
like
looked like
that.
her sister. She looked like Wendy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like now that you think
Especially,
of like, I heard he was dating her sister.
yep.
I did hear that he was dating
Hmm.
and that I think that caused friction between him and Wendy.
Yeah,
Cause you know
because
you know Prince was a womanizer, so
around that time also they were also having issues with the revolution because of the fact of Prince's direction and then him adding like those bodyguards as those dancers and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Um, and then it's just like Susanna was always telling Wendy about how much Prince was yada 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 and stuff like that.
Right.
It's a long story with that. That's all I'm gonna
Mm.
say.
So why
But yeah,
was she ever in the revolution, or she was never a part of that group?
yeah, she was in the revolution.
Cause she
Like
wasn't in Purple Rain.
no, because she didn't really come into like around the world in a day
Oh, okay.
that era. Because
Oh,
around that time, Sheila E. also joined
right.
around like the late 84, 85
Yeah.
era too.
Senator
So,
Toms.
hmm so yeah, y'all know Prince, man. And mind you, he was also messing with Sheila E. that time too.
How did this dude have time to do all this music and date bitches and
Hey, I'm not mad though. I'm not mad at all. But
Pimp's
anyway,
life? Yes.
oh shit, I never check this shit right here. Is dope.
Oh wow, what's that?
There's pretty much pictures. Susanna, you see Jerome right
Mm.
there in the fucking tub. You got Eric. Like this is like a very art. Like I said, it's an artsy album. I'm being real. It's a very artsy album.
It's something.
Um, you said what?
It's
You said
something,
what?
all right. It's something.
And like and also before I start, I just want to say one more thing and stuff like that. The singles of this album was "The Screams of Passion," "High Fashion." Try saying that twice. And I want to also say "Nothing Compares to You" was a single. I want to
Is that the
say,
same? Is that the same Sinead O'Connor song?
yeah,
So
yep,
it was released like 3 times. Oh shit!
yeah. Because
Oh
what
wow.
you guys also should remember was the fact that Prince and Rosie Gaines of the New Power Generation fame, they did a live cover on the hits and the B sides. Like I was like, Jesus Christ, is 3 covers enough? Like I'd rather get 3 covers of 17 days or something. Shit. But
Yo,
anyway,
that's not even my favorite Prince produced song.
it's not like
You know what I mean?
um and there was also Prince also did his version of this album too, like he done with a
Right.
lot of albums and stuff like that. And there's like a lot of bootlegs of Screams of
Hmm.
Passion,
Unreleased.
yeah, unreleased. I know he did a version of Mutiny in his birthday concert
Still in the
and
vault.
stuff like that with the yellow suit. Y'all
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about, and shit like that. But yeah, let's get this shit started. Track number one, High Fashion. Very dope track right here. This one was a very jazzy, artsy again track and stuff. St. Paul does his best Prince imitation on this track. Yeah, it's crazy. He sounds so much. He tries so hard
Yeah.
to sound like Prince that it
He sound like
definitely worked.
Prince.
Yeah. Claire Fisher with them strings. Oh my god,
Hmm.
like one of the best engineers in music history, in my opinion, and stuff. So yeah, man, very, very dope track. Classic, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was a dope song. I like the beat and the bass line, and it had a nice bop to it. The dude sound like Prince. Like I thought I was Prince singing. You know, he definitely sound like Prince. It's almost like just have Prince sing the damn song. It would have been a hit. You know.
Yeah, man. Like I still want to hear like the Prince, the Family album and stuff. I've heard versions of like
Mm.
Screams and stuff like that, but I really want to hear a version of High
Oh,
Fashion. That shit,
he did an album with them.
like he pretty much did a demo version of the Family album because
Mm.
he always records the album he produces, and it's just all in the vault and stuff. So
Wow.
yeah,
He
man.
did
Like,
somewhere. He did.
but yeah, High fashion, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna get into Mutiny, taking over. This song right here was like the perfect combination between the funk and the jazz. Certain songs I could see the time, like the time on. Like this song, I don't know. I feel like he kind of had the time in mind when he
Mm-hmm.
did Mutiny, because I can see Morris Day and Jerome definitely
Mm-hmm.
rocking this and stuff like that. Very very dope track. I The instrumentation of the song was just dope, so dope and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love the line when he says, St. Paul says, "Now, baby, when you talk to me, you don't have too much, you don't have much to say. Baby, why can't we be lost in love like yesterday? Mutiny taking over." And then the one other line when he says, "Baby, you treated me like some unwanted child." Bah! And I love that bah effect and shit like that. That was hot too. And like I mentioned before, the Prince cover when he did the that birthday concert in '86
Right.
killed that shit. Motherfucker was doing this weird dance where he was like doing this and shit, and then he was jumping and stuff like that. I was like, okay, and shit like that. And mind you, a little trivia about that concert. That was actually one of the last times he celebrated his birthday in public too. Just a little trivia about that. And this was way before he became a Jehovah's Witness too. So that's interesting. So yeah, Mutiny. Oh, also Eric Lee's sax solo on this song was dope too.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked the song. It had a nice beat. You know. Some of these
Yeah,
songs sounded like the time, like it should have been on the Time album.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but anyway, that's the dope song, Mutiny. Then we're gonna get into my favorite track, "The Screams of Passion." Uh, whew, man, I don't even know what to say. This track right here, definitely like the most like poppy track off this album. I mean, Susanna and St. Paul definitely did their thing on this one. Like, um, little trivia about this track. He actually, when he recorded the original version of this track, he pretty much just had St. Paul and Susanna overdub, and he really wanted to erase every trace of this track, so people won't know that he did it and whatnot. But the original demo, it's been like on YouTube. I know recently they posted the original demo on better quality on YouTube and stuff like that too. So I love the line when they say, all I hear in my head echoing like a volcano, baby, the screams of passion, back and forth the raging seas of lust. I want you madly, can't you tell? Can't you tell? Can't you tell? Can't you tell? Ow! Like, I love the energy on this track, man. Like, definitely a very solid joint. Probably my favorite album they've ever done, period. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice track. I like the beat, the bass line. It was cool. Was this a single?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah,
had a
for sure.
video
Yeah,
for it too.
check it out.
Yeah, man. Then we're gonna get into Yes, which Yes was like an instrumental. Again, another track where I feel like the time was it had a time feel to it because it definitely had like a little bit of a swing to it and shit. So yeah, very dope bass line on that too. I love it.
Yeah, it's a real funky track. I like the horns on it. It's an instrumental, but it was a nice beat. Again, that it could have been on one of the Time albums. You know.
Yes, sir. Then we're gonna get into River Run Dry. This was the I want to say this was the only song that was not written by Prince. It was actually written by Bobby Z. And yeah, this one was pretty okay. It wasn't really one of my favorites off this album, but
Right.
I love the beat to it. So
Yeah. It had a nice beat, and I like the chorus. How long I cried till the river run dry. That was dope.
yes, sir. And then we're gonna get into Nothing Compares to You. Yeah,
Extension cord ass whooping.
not my favorite. My least favorite off this album.
Yeah. This should
And
have been
like
left
I said,
off.
yeah. Like, I'm not just saying this because of fucking Sinead O'Connor. I never cared for this song. I feel like it's too schmaltzy. I feel like it's too
Schmaltz.
like it's just too sentimental. Like it's like one of those songs. I don't mind a good sentimental song. I really don't mind,
Mhm.
but I never care for this. So it's just like one of those songs.
I
It
don't.
was just like,
I like her version, but if Prince already have a version and she have a version, why did the family need their own version? I don't understand. Well, you gonna give the time their version too? They
oh
probably have their
god,
own version somewhere
please,
in the vault. The time
oh
have an
god.
upbeat version of this song.
I can just see. I mean, well, the time they do good ballads like Gigolos Get Lonely too.
I love that.
Yeah, so maybe Moore's might add a little flavor to it.
Or
Maybe.
there's an unreleased version for Apollonia 6 somewhere in the vault.
You know what? I'm not even going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that
Yeah,
there.
they didn't need to do this version.
Nah,
I don't think it fit the album. I don't think it fit the group.
it didn't. So yeah, man. Then we're gonna get into Susanna's Pajamas. Yeah, I wonder where he wrote this song at. But anyway, this was like another like softer instrumental. Um, it kind of just reminds me of just that one. You remember that movie like 16 Candles with Molly
Hmm.
Ringwald?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that movie. It's the instrumental.
Hmm. The 80s, man.
Yeah.
The dope instrumental. Isn't the Wendy's sister? That's her name, Susanna.
Yep.
Oh boy, I wonder where he wrote this at.
Right. Susanna's Pajamas.
Hmm. In her bed.
Hmm.
That's funny.
And the last track, Desire. Very nice way to end this album. It pretty much tells a story about how St. Paul's in love with this girl, but she's pretty much saving herself for a soldier and whatnot. And the soldier, he's out fighting for war and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty all right track. Paul again, he did his thing on this one.
I would have told her like, yo, don't wait, cause your man will come home with no limbs. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
You good? Go on and live your life. It was alright.
yeah, I feel you on that. And that's
Ronnie said
all.
Maxwell did a cover of "Nothing Compares to You" at the tribute in 2016. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, the BET Awards tribute. Yeah,
Oh,
that was all right too. It was way better than Madonna's cover on that tribute.
oh God,
In a
crazy.
fancy restaurant.
What was she thinking? Why did they get her to do a tribute for Prince? I didn't understand that.
I mean, she and Prince worked together in the past.
She worked with everybody, but still, I'm like, you know,
They dated.
Madonna at the BT Awards, we're doing a Prince cover. Like, no, that was terrible.
Hmm.
And I love
Yeah,
Madonna. Just I didn't like that tribute that she did.
personally, I feel like they were a bit too hard on her for that tribute.
You think so? You don't think she was bad?
Yeah,
I thought she was bad.
I mean, yeah, she was. She wasn't that good, but come on, they've been worse tribute. And y'all make it out to see like Madonna is like this grade A singer. She's not that good of a singer
What
like
you
that.
mean? What you mean? Don't cry for me, Argentina. That was a great song from Avita. Then she
Yeah,
got wasn't she
okay,
nominated?
Avita,
Yeah.
that's her best vocal work. Yeah, I'm not
You
gonna
think
count
so? That's
Avita,
her
but
best vocal work out of like
yeah,
all the other ballads she's done, "Live and Let Die" and
yep.
um uh "Take a Bow" and all that.
Well, take about that's a personal favorite. Let me
Yo, we might have to do
that
a whole
bedtime
episode
story.
on that,
That
like
bedtime
the
stories.
best the best Madonna vocal songs or some shit.
Bedtime stories and Avita. Those
I
are
love
best.
Bedtime Story. Yes,
I would even
that
throw in Ray of Light too.
Real Light was good too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ronnie and Prince and
Of
Madonna, they
course she
dated.
did. Come on, Ronnie. She did. Who hasn't she been with? That's news to you. Come on, man.
Yeah. Okay, finally rolled my blunt up, man, for this Jill Jones review. Yes. Ready for this one.
Uh,
All right, so The Family. This was a very good album. A must-have for every Prince fan, but it's not an album like for the funky Prince and stuff, like funky. This is like the more jazzier European influenced Prince, if that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
Because it's around the time when he was really touring in Europe a lot. and stuff like that too. So yeah, man, like this might be a weird collection of people and stuff like that. Like they look like they're not ready for primetime players in SNL, low key. But but I definitely feel like this was a very good album, and they were actually going to make a second Family album. However, St. Paul he got mad at Prince because Prince was doing everything at that time and shit
What
too.
else is new?
So
They always mad at him.
yeah, so they broke up. He didn't want to return and whatnot too, and
What
that's
they
pretty much
changed
the
their name to something else.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull. I'm pulling up the name right now because it's like some weird ass name or some shit like
No,
that.
no wonder this album is hard to find because they only did one album as a family.
Yeah, yeah,
Always
man.
Prince. It's always Prince that have those hard to find albums, yo.
Yeah, this album's out of print too, so I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow. I have no rating for it. I have to hear it more. From what I heard, I like some songs and there's some songs that sound like the Time and should have been on the Time album. You know,
Yeah,
I'm still trying to grasp this bunch with Jerome and Wendy's twin sister.
yeah,
What
man.
a clan.
And since Prince had the rights to the family name, they had to change their name to F Deluxe. And it's kind of crazy too because the Time also had to change their name to the original Seven when they got back
Hmm.
together too. So
Right.
that's Prince for you. Now, now, this one, this shit right here, like I might be just biased, but I'm very, very heavily ready to talk about this one more than the family one
Right.
because this one pretty much has like a lot more of that traditional Prince sound
Yeah.
and like the family and shit. So Jill Jones, y'all should know who she is. Do you have any story about how you got into Jill Jones or no?
Um, only from you. Like you kept mentioning her all the time. So
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily have a story about how I got into music, but y'all should know the first time I saw her was when she played like the blonde waitress in Purple Rain and stuff like that. He did her so wrong in that. He did her so wrong in that fucking movie and shit. But
oh, that
y'all
was
got
her.
that was her.
I can't see myself. Can you see me? I can't see myself right now.
Yeah, I can see.
I think for some reason I can't see the chat.
Um,
I don't know what
I
that's
mean, you,
for.
you froze up for like 1 second, but now you're back to normal.
Okay.
How's it now?
I still don't see myself.
That's all. Your camera working or?
Yeah. Oh, that was for the waitress chick
Mm-hmm.
in the when Apollonia was with Morris.
What's up? What's
Yeah.
I didn't know that was her. That don't even look like her on the album cover.
You said what?
That don't even look like her on the album cover. Like, did she lose weight?
Well, it was like the late '80s and shit. So the big hair was more popular,
That's
and
what it is.
she did rock the blonde hair for a while in the early '80s too. So
Yeah, 'cause I saw a
like the short.
performance of when she was performing Baby Your Trip.
Mm-hmm.
That don't look like her to me, like from the Purple Rain movie.
Nah,
Wow.
shit. But yeah, Jill Jones. She was a singer from Lebanon, Ohio, and she's actually African American and Italian,
Oh wow.
and she got her start singing background for Tina Marie. Rest in peace, Tina Marie. I mentioned this a little bit when I talked about the Rick James and Prince battle in the Beef episode, but in
Right.
case y'all didn't know, like she sang background vocal on some of Tina Marie's album, like the Lady T and It Must Be Magic.
Right.
And so she met Prince like in 1980, and she was the opening. Tina Marie was the opening act in the Dirty Mind tour, and so Prince loved her voice, and he said that she loved her because she reminded her of like a female version of himself in a way, in a weird way. But
Interesting.
yeah, and he also said that about Vanity too. So
And he slept with
that's
Vanity, right?
yeah,
Yeah, man.
and so and so Jill, she appeared on like 1999 and Little Red Corvette, and even like the music
She wrote
videos
a
and stuff.
song?
Yeah, she did background vocals on
Oh,
several tracks in 1999,
right.
and so. Of course, she appeared on Purple Rain as the waitress, and in that god awful sequel, Graffiti Bridge, and stuff like that. And so around this time too, he was working on this album with Joe Jones in private because a lot of the songs off this album
Mhm.
was recorded like with the Revolution, but he had to do like a lot of overdubbing because you guys should know that the Revolution broke up like around '86, late New Year's Eve of '86 to be exact. Um,
Yes.
New Year's Eve, yeah, yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, yeah. And
Wow.
little trivia too. The song, the B side, "She's Always in My Hair," was actually about Jill Jones,
Oh wow.
and ironically, Digital Underground sampled that for Sex Packet. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, rest in peace to Shock G. So yeah, man.
Hmm.
But yeah, man. So yeah, a lot of interesting things about this album. This is a very dope cover. She just had getting her Cyndi Lauper going on and stuff like that. Um, yeah, this album didn't really do that well in the United States and stuff like that too, because it wasn't really promoted too well. It was mostly promoted like in Europe
I
and
never
shit
heard of
like
her.
that.
I,
So,
I
you
I
said what?
remember seeing her in the movie, but I never heard of the album or nothing back then. So they did a
Mm.
poor job with promotion.
Yeah, and mind you, they worked on this album for 3 years.
Wow.
Three
So this is
years.
after Purple Rain.
Well, this was '83, like before Purple Rain.
Oh, okay. So the
Yeah,
album came out before Purple Rain.
no, after Purple Rain it came out
Oh,
in
after
'87.
Purple Rain. But
They just
she was
started.
working on it before the. Okay.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Singles album was known for was Mia Boca, G Spot, and For Love. And the only guest appearances we have are Prince, of course, our darling Colden Hoven, Steve Stevens. I don't know I'm only guess I'm not gonna say Prince and the Revolution. I think these just like background vocals and
Yeah.
shit. So yeah, man. Okay, so 9 tracks. Oh, let me see what's into albums. Oh yeah, there's nothing really. Okay, so all right, 9 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number 1, intro. Baby, You're a Trip. Nice way to start off the album. Just has like you just carries the whole mid uptown downtown funk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the best way to put it.
That's the first. That's the first song. I thought it was Mia Boca.
Well, like the intro was like a little short intro in
Oh.
some versions and stuff like that. So, but yeah, then
Uh,
go ahead.
no, I was saying because baby on the track listing, "Baby Your Trip" is like the last song.
Yeah, but this is like the intro. It says intro, like a
The intro.
shorter
I
version
I
of the
didn't even
track. Yeah,
hear the intro. They don't even have the intro on YouTube.
yeah, man,
They just skipped it. They just like it went started with Mia Boca and then everything else.
crazy. But yeah, track number 2, Mia Boca. Oh my god, I love this song. The way she was singing this, I'm like, I finally found one lover since I was 12 years old. Like, I don't know, the way she was singing it was just that was what really made me and stuff like that, in my opinion.
Right.
So Mia Boca, from what I looked up, and this is just me paraphrasing, Mia Boca pretty much is saying she wants the nigga in her mouth. Like,
Oh wow.
pretty much is like she wants the motherfucker's lips. Like, it's Italian for you want my lips, pretty much. So
Wow.
yeah, so very, very dope track. I love that beat with them fucking again with Claire Fisher with those strings like that. Da, 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 da. Like it just has that it has a mixture of like 60s surfer music mixing with like the Minneapolis sound, but
Mm-hmm.
more dirtier. That's the best way to put it. And a little trivia: this song was actually heard in the Under the Cherry Moon movie too. So yeah,
Right. Yeah, it was a dope song. I like the beat and the hi hats on it, and a real up tempo track, real danceable. It has that Prince flavor to it. I like it.
yes, yes. Then we're gonna get into G Spot. Hmm. There's another pretty good track right here. Originally, a little trivia. This song was originally supposed to have been for Vanity Six on their proposed sophomore album, which ended up being the Apollonia Six album and stuff like that. But they ended up scrapping it, and it's also I forgot to even mention this, but Jill Jones was almost in Vanity Six too, almost.
Okay.
So
Wow.
he just loves to all have the woman he's sleeping with
I
together.
agree. He was messy, yo.
He was messy
You know
as
what I mean? It's too much business with pleasure was mixed into this man's
oh
life.
Jesus Christ, Prince, man.
He was
Jesus.
messy.
Whew. Anyway, yeah, G Spot was a pretty cool song. Love that bass line to that track and shit like that. Very cool.
That was dope. I like the saxophone solo on it, and the beat was dope. The horns and what she was singing, G spot. Oh, where can you be?
Yeah.
I thought that was a funny part of the song. It was dope though.
Yeah, very good song. Um, then we're gonna get into Violet Blue. Love this track. I love that saxophone. I want to say that was Eric Leeds on the sax. I want to say that was Eric on the saxophone. um, this track, Violet Blue, is supposed to just been about a woman objectifying like the physical traits of her potential. Pretty much you just scheming his dick size, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Um, just love that line where she's like, "What's a woman to do across the street? Waits the man she's promised to. Indecision reigns and the catalyst. Eyes of violet blue." I mean, just vintage Prince right here, man. Like, definitely a very dope track.
Yeah, it was dope. I like the beat and the horns in it. And she was singing 11 minutes to love is too little, too much. You know, dope track.
Yeah, very dope track. Next track with you. This is actually a cover of the Prince. Actually, hold on. Let me. Yeah, I think I want to say this was a cover of the Prince song from the self-title and shit like that. Um, this was actually my least favorite track off this album. I'm gonna be real with you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that song from the self-titled album he did in '79, but I felt it didn't really fit this album, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't great.
Yes. Now we're gonna get into my favorite track, All Day, All Night. Oh my god. If you guys know me on this channel, I always mention this song, always bump this song and shit like that. I mean, this is pretty much one of Prince's most perfect records I've heard. Just everything from like the intro when it sounds like she's having like an orgasm and stuff like that with that little beat like that dun dun dun. And then I love that part when she's like, and my mouth waters uncontrollably, for I know that no woman will ever love you. And then at the end, when she's all like, for I am becoming confused to what I stand for and desire. Tell me, darling, who I am, what am I, what am I? Like, she just goes in. And she just, the way her energy was all like, oh, are these my lips? Oh, I need my pedal for some crazy flower. I was like, God damn. And then the Prince version,
Hmm.
the Prince version is just as good. The demo, I don't know to this day why that was not on originals, the originals compilation that came out last year. I don't
Right.
know, but that should have been on it because Prince just that was like a more funkier in my opinion.
Like,
But yeah, that track right there was such an iconic song. My favorite track off that album. And a little trivia also about that too. If you guys recognize the beat, it sounds a little bit like what's the song? All the Critics Love You in New York. And there's a reason because the beat was actually from a live performance that the Revolution did in First Avenue, but he kind of took that performance and he overdubbed over it and shit like that. So yeah, that's very interesting.
yeah, it was a great song. I love the beat and a real dance track and the hi hats on it, and she's singing up all day, up all night. You can be my baby. I'll make you feel right, and you know she was real she had a lot of energy on this track.
Hmm. Why this was not a single, I really don't know. I mean, G Spot was cool, but I
Mm,
would not really have picked it as a single. Maybe
man,
I feel like All Day All Night had that perfect Prince. Like she embodied Prince on that song. It's like Prince just got inside her in the studio
yeah,
and
literally,
shit. Okay,
in more ways than one.
right, right. All right. Then we're gonna get into For Love. This actually features the family. From what I looked up, another freaky song was pretty much like how she wants to watch her lover make out with somebody else because it kind of turns her on. Jesus, Jesus Christ, this nigga Prince, man.
Mm,
This is why I love. This is why I love Prince's songwriting and shit. He do not give no fucks, man. But
nope.
yeah, very very dope. Like the chorus where she said, "I would tie you with a chain if that would put you in the frame of mind I think so cool. I want you so badly that don't you know I'd gladly give my life for loving you." Like Jesus Christ. Yeah, man, it's crazy. St. Paul, he's actually doing the bass line on this track too, so that's very interesting.
Yeah, it was a good song. I like the guitars on it and the hi hats, and she's singing for love I have done less and still is the best. When I'm with you, nothing is wrong. I thought it was a dope song. You know.
Yeah, I feel you. They're gonna get into My Man. We finally got to a point where we have a song called My Man. Okay.
My man.
Pretty much this is pretty much like the most generic song off this because it's pretty much her being annoyed with the how you annoyed with your cheating lover, but you want to watch the lover make love with somebody else. Like make that make sense.
I don't get that at all.
Make that fucking make sense. But yeah, this one was okay and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Not really one of my favorites, but it was alright.
Yeah, it had a nice beat. She's singing, "Don't I give you everything you want? Don't I give you everything I can? Then what's the point in cheating? I don't understand." So she's just talking about her lover cheating on her and all that, and she did everything that she could, and she don't understand why.
Yeah, man. And the last track off this album is Baby You're a Trip. Love this track right here. I know a lot of people, especially Prince fans, say that's just kind of like his version of Something in the Water.
Hmm.
But like, I didn't really get it and stuff like that. But yeah, this was a nice way to end off this album and stuff like that. I felt like it was pretty solid, you know.
It was cool. It was a nice song. Great way to end the album off.
Yeah, and yeah, this is all of the album. Overall, this is actually a very, very, very good album. One of Prince's best produced albums, in my opinion. Jill Jones, he definitely did a thing with this one. Very funky. Like this album is definitely for the people who love Sign of the Times, um, the Madhouse album he did with Eric Lees and shit in '87. Like He did
That's
a.
another
He
one I
was
haven't
with.
heard yet either. I haven't
You
heard
said
that
what?
one yet either. I haven't heard that one yet. That's another Prince group, right? The Madhouse.
Yeah, that was pretty much. I think Prince, Eric Leeds, and I want to say Bobby Z
Mm,
and shit,
I didn't hear
like
that one
his
yet.
jazz group.
Okay.
Yeah. But this one was very good and stuff like that. Definitely had like that downtown funk, Minneapolis sound at its finest and shit like that. I wish this album would have been more bigger in the US. And so
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it needs a remaster, but I doubt it will ever get a remaster in my opinion.
Who
Because
knows?
you said what?
Who knows now? Who knows at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like one of the popular Prince albums like compares like the Time and Sheila E.
Mm.
Excuse me, and whatnot, but it was a very good album.
Is her
And
is her album tied to his estate?
I want to say so, yes.
So maybe after they put out all his special editions for his albums, they'll do the artists, the side projects or whatever.
Hey, that would be a good
You know,
possibility.
right?
I mean, I would not mind because for one, I want to hear the unreleased tracks they have on this album,
Mm.
and two, it'll give like a new audience for the album too and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna give this a 5 mics and shit because I feel like it's definitely that good.
I thought it was good. Like I said, like this is the first time I'm hearing Jill Jones and the Family. So, um, I thought I enjoyed this album more than the Family album. I thought it was a better production and songs, and I didn't realize that was her in Purple Rain. I've seen it so many years, and I didn't even realize that was her. And I like it. It's an album that I could definitely play over again.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Um, okay, what time is it? 12:46. I'm gonna stay on probably to about close to 110.
So Ronnie and Sam gave it 5 mics. Wow.
But I didn't know y'all love it that much. Oh wow.
BJ
Because the way
Cinematic
I
said
be
it.
I be hyping this album on the channel and shit like that, I be thinking y'all don't even know about this shit. But I'm like, fuck it.
I only heard of them because of you, because I didn't know about some of these Prince affiliated artists. Madhouse. I have yet to hear them, and I'm just listening to the Family and Joe Jones. So
Yeah. It's been years since I've heard that Madhouse album too and shit.
right.
Alright. I want to check out Alfonso Hunter album, Black of the Berry.
Oh yeah, that was good. That's a good album.
Yeah.
When he
That
was on
Red Man.
Def
Oh,
Squad.
okay.
That's back when he was on Def Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, that Red Man envy. It's got me bumping this shit low key. And the production on the album from what I've heard so far
Hmm.
was very stellar.
Yeah. Just the way Players played, I was a single for him. He did a version of Jungle Love, right? For the originals album.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't picture his version being better than Time Zone.
I gotta re-listen to that version because yeah. I just felt like I like the originals one, but I feel like they could have picked a lot more in my
Mm.
opinion.
Spend My Life with You, Eric Benet and Tamia. I don't remember that song.
But that's like the only Eric Benet song I like.
I only know Georgie Porgy. I mean Faith Evans.
Oh God.
I wasn't big on Eric Benet. I wasn't a big Eric Benet fan like that.
Me
Still
neither.
bangers dropping. Yeah, I listened to what he did. He did. I think he's on the new Vinny Paz album. Actually, Hector. Charles Mingus. Who's that?
I don't even know who Charles Mingus is.
Who the hell is that, Sam? Charles Mingus.
Yeah, give me some new artists, man. Give me some new artists to listen to. He sounds like a rock artist.
I don't know what the hell he is.
I know Mingus from Boy Meets World. That little nerdy nigga that was only on season 1 and shit, and they just disappeared.
Any relation? Oh man, he's a jazz bass player. I never heard of him.
Ooh, jazz artist. Okay. Well, Sam, send me some of his shit if you can.
Sam just throwing out names like we supposed to know who these people are. Favorite album by Charles Mingus. I don't even know.
Hey, man. As many reviews as I've done over the years, yeah, you'll be surprised how many people think I listen to a lot of shit. You'll be surprised. Like, let's see what's going on in hip hop right now. Any fans of Lena Horne? Yeah, I love Lena Horne, man.
Yeah, Lena Horne. My grandfather listened to a lot of Lena Horne back in the day.
Okay, everyone's happy, getting ready for J. Cole's album. Okay.
Oh boy, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. It's been a minute since he came out with something.
Because KOD was a good album, so
Yes, it was underrated. I like that more than For Your Eyes Only.
same.
1960 Mingus. Oh, I never heard of him. Charles Mingus. Savile Vaughn. Yes, I know Savile Vaughn. Yes, the new season of The Shy. You watch The Shy on Reg?
To be honest, I'm not really into that show like that.
The season 4. They got season 4 coming. My favorite Time album is the one with 7-7. What's the name of that shit again? I'm forgetting the name of that joint.
What time is it?
What time is it? Yeah, I bought that from Amazon like 2 years ago. Great album.
Dr. Dre's ex-fiancee Michelle denies gay allegations involving Tupac.
Why is she even answering about Pac? What she got to do with Pac? I don't know. I think it's gonna be Kendrick. Reg is saying it's gonna be SZA. I don't think they're gonna put out a big rollout like that for SZA. I think it got to be Kendrick. If it's not Kendrick, I'm gonna be disappointed. I think it got to be Kendrick. I mean, the rumor is it's gonna be Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole in May. So we know Cole is coming. Friday is somebody from TDE. I think it's gonna be Kendrick, and then Drake is supposedly dropping this month. Yeah, the one with
Drake,
Jungle Love. That was
Cole,
Ice Cream Castle.
yeah,
Yeah.
Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. Oh wow.
Supposedly that's the rumor. So
I could care less about Drake to be real.
Drake pushed his album back. You know, it was supposed to be January or something like that. Nina Simone and Billie Holiday and Etta James and Ella Fitzgerald. He doesn't mention Nina Simone a lot.
I'm gonna be real with you, BJ. I'm not really been raised a lot by Nina Simone. I have a lot of respect for her career, but she's not someone I listen to compared to like Billie Holiday, Ella, cats like that. But I have nothing against her whatsoever.
I saw. Didn't Queen Latifah play Etta James? She had like a whole movie. I saw that one.
She played.
I think that. What did she play Etta James? She didn't play Etta James.
That was Beyonce.
Okay, so who did Queen Latifah play in the HBO film?
It was like it was like Bessie's.
Oh, okay.
That Bessie Smith.
I saw the Etta James film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam. Dinah's dope too. I haven't heard enough from her either.
You listening to Big Pun and Tony Sunshine? I was surprised y'all didn't catch that.
Why? I was like, really?
Nobody listens to Big Pun's second album. Wow.
I actually like that as much as Capital
Yeah,
Punishment. I'm not gonna lie.
that was it. It was a dope album. I like it.
'Cause when I first heard it, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like it like that. But
Hmm.
that I was bumping that New York Giant, like one with MOP.
Yeah,
Oh
that shit was
shit.
great. Yeah, they shot out a video for that one. It was depressing when it came out because it was like right after he died. That album came out.
Ooh, I'm gonna play some shit right
Nene's
now. Ooh,
original version of Young Gifted and Black is incredible.
I agree.
Strange Fruit.
Oh, Nina Simone did a version of Strange Fruit. Oh wow.
Ruth Brown's nephew was Rakim.
Yes, yeah. Ruth Brown, another dope artist. She was the lady that really put Atlantic Records on the map.
Jodeci appeared on Moesha.
Y'all just throwing out with facts and shit. How we go from
Those
Lino
are
Horn to
examples.
Jodeci? You know what jazz artist I really do fuck with, low key?
Hmm.
George Benson.
Oh yeah, George. I got
Yeah.
a couple of his on vinyl. The album with Gimme Tonight, that one I have on vinyl. Um, the greatest hits. George Benson is dope.
Yeah. I definitely like the fact that he did the whole jazz fusion thing commercially, and he did it like
Right.
the right way, compared to other funk groups and shit. But
M2 did the Bootsy Collins cover of I'd Rather Be With You.
really,
Are y'all on like on Google right now? Like, what's going on here?
oh shit, I gotta hear that cover though, because
Yes,
hey
yesterday
BJ,
was
what's your
James Brown.
favorite Aretha Franklin album again?
James Brown, yes. Yesterday was his birthday.
For real. Better vocalist, Jim Morrison or Paul McCartney? Ooh,
Paul McCartney.
believe it or not, I'm gonna go with Morrison. Believe it or not, because I feel like
I can't believe that.
I like his raw. I'm biased. I'm more of a George fan. I like his raw. Paul's good, but Jim, the way he screams like just gives me chills, man. Paul
The
can never hit.
girl is mine, mine, mine. Jim Morrison can't sing The Girl Is Mine.
You feel what?
He can't sing The Girl Is Mine.
He can't sing like my fire. What you
Oh my
talking about? He can't sing like my fire.
god.
You really trying to say Jim Morrison would sing the girl?
Yeah.
Hell no, no. Now if you
But now
was
Pimp C didn't want to do Big Pimpin'. I thought it was Jay Z that didn't want to do
so did Bun B was the only one that wanted to do this shit.
it. Oh my god. Why does this stuff come out like 20 something years later? When
Well, I
it's
already knew
already a
about the
hit.
Jay-Z. I knew about the Jay Z shit years ago.
It's already a hit. Why is this stuff coming out now?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some more tea right quick, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was a big hit. That song put UGK made familiar to made New Yorkers familiar with them because before then we wasn't bumping UGK up here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And Jay Z introduced them to Brooklyn and the rest of New York. You know, Jay Z regrets doing Big Pimp. Yes, that's what I heard. So everybody regret doing this song. Too Short convinced Pimp C to do it. Wow. Well, shout out to Too Short. He gave him the good advice. It's crazy.
She would run up and down our back drive, and she would get a cart and stand up on the cart and entertain people. And she was just such a lively, vivacious, charismatic little kid. Tammy and I used to play
Have I
as
heard of Carla? Have you heard
Uncle,
Carla Thomas? Nah, who's Carla Thomas?
my aunt. This is the
I
home
know
where
Carl Thomas. Who's Carla
played
Thomas?
piano, sang. The doors were always open, and there
Oh
was a
wow,
lot of
Dennis Edwards and Aretha.
camaraderie and love in this home.
That's crazy.
If she went to anybody's house and there was a piano, she would sit down and play and sing. She'd start the session right away, believe me. She would have little ditties that she could make up.
What we talking about now?
Without
Dennis
a
Edwards and Aretha Franklin had an affair.
not anything.
Yeah, that's what Daydreaming was about. And if I'm
I don't
not
know
mistaken,
Beautiful Woman.
if I'm not
What what
mistaken, I
what
think,
album that's from? The Beautiful Woman, Women,
which one?
Beautiful Woman, the one that Candy wrote for Boyz II Men. What album that's? Is that from one of those 2000 albums?
Yeah, the one where they had the government names as title in
Oh, that
2000.
shit. I don't even
That
listen to
track.
that joint. That shit is like collecting dust right now.
But I got that. That shit's collecting dust right now.
Nathan and Michael and I don't even listen to that joint.
Yeah.
Anything after Evolution for me, I didn't care for like Full Circle and all them other albums in the 2000s.
Yeah, you got that right. And I hope she does throw some shade at them bastards Saturday.
Have you heard of Carla Thomas?
Of course. She did that song G Wiz. Yeah.
I don't remember that Beautiful Woman song.
Ooh, I know a perfect song I can vibe to right now. Oof. But I remember back in college when I used to be hotboxing in my bathroom, I'd be listening like soul music, man, just being a daze and shit, man. Then my roommate, this is when I be living with Shamar and shit. Shamar be catching me like, God damn, smoke me. Shout out to Kuji. Oh man,
Aretha Franklin, big ass was getting it in with people.
You said what?
Aretha Franklin was getting it in with other singers.
You know she married on Glenn Truman from Different World, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah. Um.
the general.
Yeah.
What Scarface review?
Scarface is coming, y'all. Don't worry, shit. I still have Love and Basketball to do, which I'm gonna watch tonight. Finally.
Ready with Barbara Mason.
Short hair Aretha or long hair Aretha?
Long hair. Oh, we know the story about Diana and Eddie. Well, we know about them. Stay tuned, Hector.
Yeah, you should have copped it. Too hype. I told you, all Kid and Play stuff is out of print. That's why I was like, you should have bought that shit. You know, that's one of their best ones.
Which one y'all talking about?
The Too Hype album from Kid and Play
Oh shit.
on vinyl. I feel like
Last
man.
night.
Yep.
Yeah, the Q-Tip, man. You expect a lot of Tribe. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Damn, Ronnie, what you know about this song? Okay.
Is that the same I'm Ready that Dipset sampled?
Yes.
That joint? I love that
Mm-hmm.
joint.
I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of love for diplomatic immunity on this chat and shit, man.
Yes. A classic.
Bro.
Kid and
Nobody
Play,
mentioned that.
man.
You said what?
No, I was talking to BJ about the Kid and Play album.
Yeah, I see Kid is like the next Lord Jamar and DJ Vlad now and shit.
Is he? Oh Lord.
Nigga did like 4 interviews with him so far.
God. They're just waiting for him to fuck up and say something bad.
Right. But you know, Kid, he made fun of Colin Kaepernick when he was doing stand up and shit.
No.
I bet you Vlad's gonna ask about Martin going crazy in the 90s and shit. Like,
Right.
what were you at doing that time?
Why you and Play broke up? It's like so early in the '90s too. They appeared in the Temptations movie. I don't even remember.
Yeah, he played like the DJ.
Wow.
Otis Williams. And have you ever seen the Samuel Jackson movie called 187?
Yeah, I saw that. He played a
I saw
substitute teacher and all that. And the student threw herself at him, and he ain't want
Yeah.
no. He ain't want her.
Yeah. I saw that for the first time Friday. That shit was crazy. I'm trying to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm motherfucking mad because nigga committed suicide first. Like, it was supposed to be me.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Tubi TV. I like that better than Netflix and Hulu now. They got everything.
They got all the ghetto stuff.
You see that movie called Youngblood with Lawrence Hilton Jacobs?
No, I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Oh, it's like a blaxploitation movie back in '78 and shit like that. It's about this like guy joining a gang, being mentored by this Vietnam veteran who's also in the gang and shit.
Right.
Yeah, you know how the movies be.
Method Man was in it. Oh wow.
Yeah, I might talk about 187 at one point because that was my first time seeing that. I was like, this shit is cool. It's like some
Man.
thriller kind of shit. And then when they got this fucking finger and they cut that shit, I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Loki, that white teacher wanted him. I don't give a fuck. No.
Right.
Then once she knew he was a killer, she had OJ fantasy. She was like, I'm out of here.
Stupid.
She's like, I thought I knew you. Like, did you really know him? I mean, did you really know him? And it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can watch New Jack City for free anytime I want.
Yeah, they are becoming overrated. I used to watch a lot of stuff on Netflix, and now it's like once in the blue, they might have something good on there.
It's to me, I still fuck with Netflix to an extent, but my only gripe is they take out certain movies like quickly than others.
Man.
Cause even Prime Video I like too.
Mm-hmm. Prime is the way to go. Exterminate the brutes. I never heard of that.
Now hold up, Disney Plus. I ain't gonna go that far. They got all the Simpsons on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I saw Black Messiah. I saw it when it came out. That was a good film. I like the soundtrack with her and I'm glad Daniel Kaluuya won his Oscar. I thought he was good. And the other guy that played the informer, he was good too. Lakeith what's his name? Stanfield or something?
Yeah, Lakeith
Yeah.
Stanfield.
Yeah, he was good. That was a good film. And that was definitely a good film and it was needed. And it's good that we have more positive black, films, you know, to celebrate, our people. It was boring to you, Sam?
Ronnie said better R&B group, the Temptations or Jackson 5.
No. Jackson 5.
Hmm. Wow. Ooh. I might have to pass on that for right now. 'Cause I have to think about that. Yeah, I have to think. Ronnie said better rock group, the Beatles. Oh, Led Zeppelin.
Oh wow.
Led Zeppelin over you.
I'm more a Beatles fan, but Led Zeppelin or Legends.
If the Beatles would have started with Rubber Soul and ended
Mm.
with like Abbey Road, then I would have picked the Beatles to be real. But I don't think the Beatles can make a song like Stairway to Heaven. I'm just gonna be real.
Disney Plus. Well, what's on Disney Plus? I mean, other than the Star Wars stuff or the shows coming and the Marvel stuff, what else is on Disney Plus to watch?
They got them classic Disney movies. They got them Disney Channel shows, the Disney afternoon shows,
Oh, people watch
Recess.
that?
Like,
People
huh?
really like people watch that stuff? The Disney.
Yeah, I watched that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, besides you and Ashley, I'm talking about like people outside of this
Oh yeah.
system. People watch that?
They got Boy Meets World there too.
Yeah. The old one or the new one?
Oh, they
Oh,
got both versions.
both.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure y'all treat your mother's nice this Sunday. Actually, y'all should treat your mother's nice every day. I don't, fuck that Mother's Day shit. Better vocalist, Diana Ross or Aretha Franklin? Oh, Aretha all day.
Oh yeah. Yes.
BJ, to be honest, if they would have had the Dennis or even like your classic lineup too, but it just kept changing people, then drugs and egos and all that shit. The Jackson 5 was like more consistent. Now let me ask y'all this: the Commodores versus Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, Sly. How can you not pick Sly?
I mean, you'll be surprised. Commodores got that fan base too.
Yeah. Shit, they need to get Sly in the verses before he pass. Get him up there.
But who would you put him up against?
The Commodores, like you just said, or
Oh
George
hell, oh
Clinton.
hell.
You wouldn't put the Sly against George Clinton?
Now Sly against George Clinton, yes. Sly
Hmm.
against the Commodores, Hell no.
But you came up with the matchup, so I mean, I thought.
Yeah, but I was just talking out my ass because I was just thinking about Commodore. I was just talking out my ass, but
Mm,
because I rarely talk about the Commodores on this channel anyway.
right.
But to be quite honest, I like them all the way up into 79, maybe 78.
Right.
Ooh, BJ. Commodores versus Cool in the Gang. Ooh.
Mm.
Let me think about
Cool in
this.
the game. Cool in the game. Is Lionel included? I mean, if Lionel branch off and do a solo shit, then they probably would win it. But
You know what? Believe it or not, I am going to go with Cool in the Gang
wow, I don't believe that.
by a landslide. By a landslide.
This is the person that feel like Earth, Wind, and Fire is a better group than Cool in the Gang. So
Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire is way better than Cool in the Gang. Hell
I
yeah.
don't know. Some people might disagree. I think they both good.
Well, to reach his own. Shit. Fuck. Y'all know what I feel about China Dog better than the Furmish, and let's not go there.
I can't believe you gonna put that in the same sentence with Earth, Wind, and Fire. China Doll.
Well,
Oh my god.
Cool in the Gang would never make an album like fucking All in All.
What are you talking about?
Even on their best day.
Wow. So this band has no classic albums. That's what he's basically saying.
Yes, they do. Wild and Peaceful, Light of Worlds. What else? The
Wild and
Bucket
Peaceful.
and Sesame. The
Wild and
79 album. But Earth, Wind, and Fire had groundbreaking classics.
So you don't like none of the 80s stuff. You don't like Ladies Night, Celebration.
Celebration was I like the album. That was cool. I have not heard Ladies Night, the whole album.
Emergency. You didn't like that one forever?
Hell no.
No?
And I'm not gonna be real, because Earth, Wind, and Fire, they did have some iffy stuff in the 80s too.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, especially the joint they came out with in 83, the first one. I didn't care for that one like that either.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
David Ruffin or Charlie Wilson? Wow.
Oh, Charlie Wilson.
Yeah. Y'all ain't gonna show no love to Charlie? Everybody say David Ruffin.
Yeah, Charlie over David. I'm gonna be real. Especially when Charlie was getting down on Computer Love. Oh my god.
Jungle Boogie. I don't care for Jungle Boogie. I never liked that song. I think because I heard it all the time. I heard it all the time in like commercials and shit.
Get out of there.
No, that is not my favorite Cool in the Gang song. Nope. I don't like that song.
And me.
It just sounds cheesy.
Cool in the Gang's biggest critic, and I like that song.
It just that's not one of my. It just sounds cheesy even now. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it's a timeless song now.
Get down.
Like, get down on. I can hear Get Down on it. I can hear Joanna. You know, give me those songs. Give me Tonight. Give me Tonight.
Okay. So you saying Joanna over Jungle Boogie?
Yes, I am saying Joanna.
What?
I love Joanna.
Oh, come on.
Ladies Night is overrated? Wow.
Who
The album
said
or the
that?
song? The album or the song? Because the ladies, they have the album is called Ladies Night.
Wow.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah,
Ladies Night is a
we
classic
gotta talk
song.
about Cool in the Gang. We gotta talk
Jungle
about
Boogie's okay, but I think it's good for that. You know, if you go back in the 70s, it was good for that album.
What? Oh,
I think Joanna is a great ballad. I love Joanna.
Nigga,
Joanna's
you
always,
killing it.
everything is already the same. The whole group is already the same. Hollywood Swinging is a better song than Jungle Feet than Jungle Boogie.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You don't like Ladies Night? I love that song.
Little Children. What y'all know about Little Children?
That's a dope song too.
Oh yeah.
Charlie Wilson can't tie David Ruffin's shoes. Wow.
I don't know about all that though.
What is this?
At least Charlie stayed consistent with his voice. David Ruffin, by the mid 70s, his voice was almost gone. I'm sorry.
Like Bobby Brown.
Bobby's a different story.
Yeah.
Bobby
right after the Bobby album, that's when his voice went away.
Nah, even with the Bobby album, his voice was going down.
You thought so?
Yeah, even with the
I
Barbie
didn't
album,
good enough. Good enough was like his last good ballad. You didn't like Good Enough?
I liked it, but vocally, it wasn't like anything great like that. It wasn't like nothing like no Boyz II Men vocal, and you know me.
Get Away, Humping Around. I thought it was like big hits over that album.
Getaway, love that. Like I said, I love the album, but
Hmm.
his voice was going down.
You thought his voice was going?
Yes, like trust and believe me. Trust and believe me.
It's boring,
Parliament
man.
or Funkadelic. I can't even pick that. Parliament or Funkadelic. Can't even pick that because, and mind you, Funkadelic was not always R&B. They were mostly rock too.
Wow.
Shit. But Funkadelic didn't get R&B until maybe like the latter 70s when they did One Nation
Hmm.
Under
Right.
Uncle Jam Wants You.
Hmm.
Ooh, just get chills thinking about them albums. Ooh. That fucking Doodoo Chasers song. Oh my god, I love that shit.
Into you now. Into
Yes.
you. I love that song. Ladies Night, y'all are crazy, man. Ladies Night is one of their best joints. Y'all don't like Tonight? You don't like Tonight?
How did that go again tonight?
Tonight, this is your night. You'll see the light tonight.
Let me play that. Hold on.
That was 80. What was that? 85, I think. 84.
84. Yeah.
84. And they had like a. I remember the video, watching the video when I was little, and it was like women in the jungle and shit, or some shit like that, or like they had like tigers in the jungle or something. Like
Oh my god. What the
that. The
Jesus.
video was just funny, yo.
Jesus Christ.
I remember them being in the jungle, and it was like animals in the jungle and shit.
Okay, let me check this out. Let me check it. Okay, somebody was a fan of the Michael Jackson Beat It video. Oh, I heard this shit before.
You don't like it?
Like years ago.
Yeah.
I think I heard it in a commercial.
Oh, was it in a commercial? Oh wow.
I want to say,
A lot of their songs was. I believe like Jungle Boogie was in like commercials and shit, and movies and stuff.
and I'm not gonna lie, I never cared for JT as a singer like that.
Right.
He just sounded too like cheesy. Like I don't know. I don't know. I just
See,
he wasn't
I
he
only
wasn't
grew up in the JT era of Cool in the Gang. I don't know like the leader before him.
there were a couple of leaders, but it was like that's why I don't really care for that too hot song. Like I don't even listen to this shit.
And so many people sampled that joint. Coolio sampled that. Keith Sweat sampled that joint.
Well, that's good for them. I hope that they get the money from the samples and shit.
The Friends of Distinction.
Very underrated group. Yes. What y'all know about the Fifth Dimension?
I heard of them. I probably know this song if I hear it.
They did a song Up and Away.
Okay.
That track. I want to say they did. I want to say they did One Less Bell to Answer, or no, that was the Third Dimension. Jesus Christ, Jesus.
How many damn dimensions are there?
Right?
Third dimension, fifth dimension, ninth dimension. Let's groove tonight, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, let's groove tonight.
That was dope.
Yes. Yeah, that was the Fifth Dimension that they One
Pointer
Less Bell.
Sisters. I like the Pointer Sisters. I know a couple of their songs.
They were okay. I wasn't really too. I'm not too big on them like that.
Jump for my love.
I
You don't
like
like the
that one.
jump song? You like jump?
Yeah, Jump was cool. I love that song Fire. That's my
Fire.
shit.
That was dope.
But again, once the 80s came, I didn't care for a lot of the 80s shit either. I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
That they did that track, He's So Fine.
He's so fine. Yeah,
Jesus.
I remember that song.
I don't know which one was worse. Let's hear it for the boy of that one.
Oh Lord, they not that bad.
But I when it comes to 80s R&B, give me my Sade's, give me my
Mhm.
Whitney's, give me my Angela Winbushes,
oh
give me those.
man,
Give me my Vanessa Williams.
wow. Neutron Dance. That was wasn't that Patty? Neutron
Yeah,
Dance. That was Patty.
yeah.
Yeah, that was. I like that song in the Beverly Cop. Better group the Dramatics or Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Ooh, Jesus, Ronnie, I'm gonna slap you, man. Gee, I'm gonna go with the Blue Notes.
Which Angela Winbush album should BJ get?
If I were you, I'm gonna be quite honest. I would start with the Renee and Angela Street Called Desire. Then
Neutron Dance was Pointer Sisters. I don't think so. I thought that was Patty.
I think Sam might be right.
That was Pointer Sisters.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Then I'll also get the Sharp album too.
Didn't
And
they
then
use
if
this,
you,
the jump? Didn't they use a jump song as like a Olympic promotion back then for the Olympics? I could have sworn they used the jump song for that,
I'm not too sure.
like back
I
in
don't
like
be
the
watching
eighties.
Olympics like that.
Oh, back in like the '80s Olympics and shit.
I'm gonna stay on for like 10 more minutes. I gotta redo this thesis. I'm listening to the Fifth Dimension, One Less Bell to Answer.
Stir it up, yes, stir it up. I know, stir it up.
Yo, BJ, you ready for that top 10 funk albums, bro?
BJ probably got his vinyl out already. He just waiting.
Bro, when it comes to funk music, man, it just does something to me differently, man. Funk is like the grease and the bacon that's left over from
Mm.
the pan and shit. That's what funk
Oh
really
wow,
is.
the grease and the bacon. You know that grease is bad for you.
Hey,
Oh
sometimes you
boy,
can make something bad to something good sometimes.
oh boy. I
Right?
heard they like in certain parts of the South, like Memphis, they like they keep their grease and they cook with it over and over again.
Yeah, they do.
I saw that in on like the Food Network. Like there's like a burger spot where they use the 100-year-old grease to cook burgers. I would never eat there.
That's not even healthy.
A
That's
hundred year old grease they using to cook burgers over and over.
that's not even healthy and shit.
That's
Because
crazy.
that can cause more cross contamination.
Yeah, and and they using it.
But y'all want to like kill us by serving us your nasty ass meat. Okay, all right.
I
That's
will
that's
never
like,
eat there. If I ever go to Memphis, remind me not to ever go to that spot.
you don't have to remind me because I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna think about that shit. Fuck that bullshit.
Like wow.
But speaking of food, I went to the worst soul food restaurant I've ever been to in my fucking life.
Hmm.
It's a story time right quick.
Hmm.
So I went to this motherfucking called Southern Biscuit because after I did some DoorDash.
Right.
So I was like, okay, Southern Biscuit, soul food me. So the first mistake, there was no black people, it was just all white people.
Hmm.
So there was nothing southern about that. And so I got the food. I got a motherfucking cheese omelet. and stuff like that, just for fuck's sakes,
Hmm.
just in case the tofu wasn't good. Let me tell you something. That cheese almond and collard greens were the only good thing in that shit.
Oh wow.
The mac and like, I have a thing. I like my food seasoned.
Hmm.
My mac and cheese was not seasoned. I don't like when my mac and cheese is not seasoned and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not mac and cheese then. What is it?
Right. And like the way they made it, it was like in this like rectangular thing. I
Hmm.
mean, it was okay, but it was like the mac and cheese was like inside and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then I got like this oven fried chicken, and that shit was not even. It was dry.
Oh my god.
Like Jesus Christ.
So a soul food place that don't know how to do soul food.
Right? Why? Like I don't know, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
It,
Mm-mm-mm.
it shouldn't
That's
have been
terrible.
called a Southern biscuit. It should have just been. They should have just called it the Beautiful Struggle.
Better R&B duo: Ashford and Simpson or Marvin and Tammy.
Marvin and Tammy. But
Hall
that's
and
not even.
Oates.
Ashford and Simpson vote for Marvin and Tammy too.
Hall and Oates better than both of them.
Now hold up now, Willie. Now we love Hall and Notes now, but let's not get carried away.
I'm playing.
Let's not get.
I love Hall and Oates though.
Yeah, I know that's my shit though. Fuck.
Marvin and Tammy, yes.
Peaches and Herb.
Peaches and Herb. Paul and Stevie.
Paul and Michael.
Right, Paul and Michael. Well, Paul did that a lot. What's going on here?
Paul loved them. Paul and Kanye.
Paul did that a lot, yo. Collaborating with the black artists. What
Right.
was he trying to do? She
I'm
trying to
gonna
cross
sip,
over?
I'm gonna sip my tea on that.
He was trying to cross over? He was trying to cross over. We knew that.
I'm gonna sip my tea on that part.
Say,
Shit.
say, say. Which one is better? Say, or Ebony and Ivory?
I don't even care for both songs like
Because
that.
I like Ebony and Ivory a little bit more than Say, Say, Say. I think Say was more Michael than Paul.
I'm gonna have to go with Say.
You like Say more than Ebony and Ivory?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I don't even care for both songs like that. To be honest with you, I
Mm-mm.
just felt like Paul was just trying to. He was just trying to like to get the black people demographic with them songs and shit. I don't
You
know.
remember that you remember that skit that you remember that skit that Joe Piscopo did with Eddie and Eddie was playing Stevie.
Yeah,
You are black and I am white. I
like
what he said you are blind as a bat and I have sight. I was like, oh my god. How did he let them like butcher his song on SNL, yo?
he loved SNL at that time.
Man, that shit was hilarious.
Stevie Wonder.
Sarita Wright or Angela Winbush?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with my girl Angela.
Renee and Angela a better duo.
How come no one mentioned Stevie and Sarita?
I don't know. Better R&B band Rufus featuring Shaka and Ohio players.
Ohio players. Yeah, I already know.
Mm, I like Rufus. Luther and Dionne Warwick.
Ooh, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Rick James and Tina Marie.
Mm, that's a good duo.
Yes.
Yeah,
Peebo Bryson and Roberta Flack.
that's a good duo.
Hmm.
Avante and Kiki White.
I mean, if you want to say so, but I feel like Kiki carried that shit.
I just want to see what you're
I,
gonna say.
I
Jay Z and
continue.
Beyonce. Hell no. What are you talking about? No, I don't like all the stuff they did together. I'm sorry. No,
Put some
no,
respect
no,
on the Carters.
no. I like Jay Z by herself and Beyonce by herself.
Should
You
we
know,
talk about soul life? Fucking Marvin and Timmy.
people forget, yo. Like Jay-Z don't have other than Watch the Throne, he don't have a good track record making collab albums with people. Y'all
Thank.
remember Best of Both Worlds?
Oh my God.
Y'all remember the Jay-Z and Beyonce album? That wasn't no classic album, you know. And he wants to jump in and do an album with Nas. Like, look at his track record when it comes to collab albums.
Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. Yes.
Yeah.
Ray Charles and Margie Hendrix. Yes, I went there. Mrs. Ray Charles on the stage. How you gonna call yourself Mrs. Ray Charles on stage? That's messy right there. Like
Oh man.
you just hyped that girl up ever since you met
Mm-hmm.
this blind nigga. How you get played by a blind nigga? That's what
That sucks.
you got played by a blind nigga.
He didn't even have sight. He was blind. Couldn't even see in front of him. He got a blind dude that only see darkness looking down chicks. Oh man.
Oh shit.
How does that happen? I think we talked about that before. How does Stevie Wonder and I'm about to say Ray Allen. uh uh I forgot. Fucking Ray. How does Ray how do they do what they do, yo?
That
How does
blind
that
nigga.
happen? Like who is yeah, but I mean like how do they hook up with various women? Do they have like somebody in front of them telling them how they look and shit? Like how does that work?
I know what Ray Charles he used to feel on the wrist and shit like that.
Just feel on the wrist? I
Yeah.
would that ain't the first place I'd be feeling. You feeling on the wrist. Oh man. The wrist. That's how you can tell if she good in bed? You got feel on the wrist? I'm missing
Yeah.
something there.
And if the veins pop out, that means the girl's ugly and shit.
I'm missing something. I need to try that technique. And feel on her
Yeah.
wrist and
I was
let me
like,
see
hold on,
her veins popping out.
yeah, give me your wrist, girl. Let me try. Let me see
Yeah,
something.
give me your wrist. If your veins popping out, oh, you good in bed. Okay, I'm gonna marry you. Janet Jackson and Buster, they only did one song together though. That ain't no real duo. Eddie and Joe, that's a real duo. Sam said Janet and Buster. That's crazy. Nas and Khalees. I didn't even like
Okay.
those songs that they did together.
On that note, I'm just gonna call this a night.
Fucking Popular Thug and like, come on, man. Come on, Nas. Really?
Well, thank y'all so much for watching this episode. So Thursday we're gonna do Ludacris's. You know, I'm just gonna say Incognito and Back for the First Time. I'm just gonna be
Right.
I'm just gonna be real, but it's more of an emphasis on Back for the First Time. I'm just gonna be real. I really cannot wait to talk about Ludacris because if we can talk about T.I., we can talk about Luda. And
Right.
I feel like we're gonna laugh our asses off for some of the shit this nigga be saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Then stay tuned on let's see what the surprise TDE album is.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Friday. Hopefully it's Kendrick. If it ain't Kendrick, we still doing the thing. We ain't still doing it. Coming on, right? It's up to you.
If it's not Kendrick or SZA, then probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
like
I have to say,
a surprise
go ahead.
EP from Sir. Like we need another one of those.
Yeah, because StreamYard has been. Let me see how my StreamYard limit is after the Ludacris review and shit.
Right.
It's been running low, so that's what I have to look out for too.
Right.
And Sunday is the top 10 funk albums. Cannot wait for that shit too. Funk music. And yeah, man. So wish me luck. I got a job interview in Amazon tomorrow. Virtual Amazon. So Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm up at about 7:15 in the morning. About to work on my thesis till about maybe 2:15. So appreciate it. Thank you so much, bro, as always.
Yes, no doubt.
And make sure y'all check out the Family and Jill Jones album. And also please check out the Prince collection video that me and Try did
Yes, that
weeks
was
ago.
good. I'm surprised
That
that's
was,
not getting a lot of views. People don't like Prince no more. What's going on here? I could get 700 views on Scarface movie to review, but I can't get 700 on Prince. Come on now,
man, it's
check
all
out that
good.
video.
Real niggas know.
You know what I mean?
And also, I'm gonna also record hopefully I can record a Bobby Valentino episode.
Right.
And because I'm gonna drop a few videos after I finish up this thesis. I've just been wrapped up on this shit all fucking week. I have not really been doing anything like I haven't like cleaned my room like that.
Oh wow.
So once I finish up this shit,
Mm-hmm.
I want to relax.
Okay.
See, let me show y'all something. I want to relax tonight. Oh, yeah.
He said Dre
Relax.
Michelet. Acting funny.
I want to relax tonight.
Yes, Zelda. Which one is that? That's Akira Time?
Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
Ocarina Time? Yeah.
Yep.
That's one of the best ones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna relax.
Super Smash Brothers. You never did you wouldn't do like a game live stream? You never did like game live streams?
Oh yeah, we were supposed to have done like a video game collection shit.
No, but I mean like while you playing like a game live stream, but like where you playing and people watching you play like a live gameplay.
Yeah, I just need to find out how I can like actually do the TV thing too, and me
right. Oh, the camera.
Yeah, because that's one thing I'm trying to work on. Because if that's the case, I might just have to put my webcam like on my stand right here and just point it at the TV and some shit like that.
True.
Because usually when I be playing my video games, sometimes I just mostly be in my underwear most of the time. So
yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. When I be playing video games, man, I be going in. Like I be, especially like role playing games. Oh my fucking god!
Those are the best ones. The RPG games. You know, like first person shooter games, Call of Duty, Gears of War. I'm all for that, man.
Right. Oh, and we still got to talk about these too. Still got to talk about these.
Oh yes, Vendetta. Yes, definitely. You gotta do that.
Yeah, man. And I'm trying to get the Switch because once I get this Switch and shit, it's gonna be a wrap.
No doubt.
It's gonna be a wrap. Man, it's gonna be a wrap. But anyway, y'all stay tuned for that. We got a lot of good shit coming once I finish up this thesis.
Yep.
And yeah, Ludacris Thursday. I want to say that's gonna be 11 o'clock. I said so. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, man. And collection video last Sunday. We got a surprise R&B review, so stay tuned on that.
We do?
Yeah, we got a surprise. Yeah.
Do I know it? I'll be forgetting what you be saying, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's the surprise. I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay, it's a surprise that I don't even know.
I'm not. Yeah, we're not gonna tell you.
Said James Bond 007. You ever played that one? The James Bond games?
I saw the gameplay of, but I never actually physically played it. That's one I need to get.
I wasn't big on James Bond. Like I've only seen some of the films. I wasn't like a huge James Bond fanatic like that.
Yeah, man. Also got a few Jet magazines on the way too and shit. So you know me. Yeah.
Dope. Jet magazine unboxing.
Yeah, I might show that for you in a collection video too. It's gonna be like, ooh, I just gotta do some hustles this whole month. I gotta do some hustling and shit. Right. But hope everyone has a good night.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace, yo.